Roserade has a very good match against Clefable. They don't want the smoke. They back out. We are going to take that game. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Ox here with another video. If you're new to the channel, we do upload Pokemon Go content mostly related to PvP, so please consider subscribing to the channel if that is of interest to you. And if you're a returning subscriber like Kelvin Law, thank you for the support. In today's video, we are taking a look at the exclusive Community Day Double Legacy Roserade featuring Bullet Seed and Weather Ball Fire, both legacy moves that you could get by evolving a Roselia on Community Day. And basically, I had one set for today to try out Roserade. I did all my sets last night, saved one just in case I wanted to try it out today. So whatever happens, this happens. Only got one shot at it. And let me just tell you right now, these are some very entertaining battles. If you look at the team over here, in hindsight, obviously it does look like it's quite weak to Gallade. Think about Gallade though is that it doesn't necessarily appear in the lead very often, so Machamp should be safe, and maybe if I could align it somehow with Gengar, we could pull out a win against a Gallade there, even though that's still a tricky match. Now this team is pretty spicy, as you can see. Super glassy team, no tanks really here, so that should make for some exciting battles. If you guys enjoy this type of content, please make sure you smash that like button. It really helps the channel grow. Subscribe if you have not already, and without any further ado, let's jump into the first battle right now. Alright, here we go, the final Ultra League battles I'm going to showcase for this season. Quieroserunlobo here in the first matchup. This person wants to be a wolf. We're going to be leading Machamp into a mirror Machamp here, so I think the way I like to play this out here is to try and catch the opponent's cross chop onto the Gengar. So what I'm going to do here is actually overfarm a little bit before throwing, but the opponent has the same idea and they sneak in the extra counter. So now it's a guessing game, trying to guess when they're going to throw the move. Decide to go right now, and look at that, boom, we catch the cross. Well, I'm hoping it's a cross chop. Pretty bad if you caught a payback, but yes, it is a cross chop, does nothing. And look at this, the opponent is actually staying in with Machamp. So what does that tell you when they're staying in? Well, I'm going to get off this Shadow Punch. If they shield this, it means obviously they have to be going for a payback, right? They do shield, so there's no point to let this go through here. They're basically giving all signs that they're going for a payback. You have to shield this up, and now you farm down if they choose to stay in. Kind of surprised to see them staying in here, to be honest, and a little bit more surprised to see me throwing energy here, because I definitely could have farmed down before they got to another payback. But I've been seeing so many people pulling these 1 HP in a dream moments in the past videos, so I didn't want to take any chances. Opponent comes in here with their own Gengar, which means I'm going to beat it to a Shadow Punch, and this is going to be enough to knock out the opposing Gengar. Their shields are down. See a Clefable come in. I tried to get to the Shadow Punch, we're not able to, but look at this. We got Roserade, and Roserade has a very good match against Clefable. They don't want the smoke. They back out. We are going to take that game with Roserade pretty much doing nothing there but scaring off the opponent. Iron Penguin 17 here in match number 2, and we're going to be leading Machamp into another Machamp, so a second mirror match here. So pretty much going to play this out the same way as the first game, I think. Throw the cross chop. This time we throw it right away, and we do prevent the extra counter from sneaking in, which is really good. And at this point, if it's CMP tie, obviously I can't catch, but it looks like it is not. So again, guessing game, have to try and catch. No, we fail that time. So the opponent leaves with a bunch of energy, which is not good. And now we're in a tricky spot. So I'm going to go for the Focus Blast. You see here, I am using the Gengar operating as a safe swap. And I like the idea of Focus Blast when using Gengar as a safe swap. So I decided not to shield there, hoping that they'll return the favor and not shield themselves. Going for the Focus Blast, boom moment. No, they shielded up. So I will be able to get to the Shadow Punch. Now, had I baited there with Shadow Punch, I would have been able to get to the Focus Blast there. But if they don't shield, landing the Shadow Punch is very, very bad. So maybe you can make the argument throwing Shadow Punch first makes more sense, but if we did land the Focus Blast, I wouldn't be saying that. So we come with Machamp here. Surf is going to hurt, so I'm going to have to shield up and look to farm down here. No, I clicked the move, so I'm going to have to throw this cross chop. This will be enough to KO. And remember, the opponent's Machamp does have a lot of energy stored, so I'm going to have to take at least one here. My thinking at this time was that I'm going to try and catch this first cross chop, then switch out into Roserade to catch the second. So let's see if I could do that properly. Here we do catch the first one. Here comes Roserade, we catch the second. Beautiful, exactly what I wanted. And now we're gonna get slight energy lead on whatever comes in the back as well. And it's an Empoleon. and we're down a shield, so this is a very tough match. They get the extra waterfall through as well. Going for the grass knot here will be doing a lot more damage, hoping this goes through. It does. That's absolutely huge. And can I get to this Weather Ball? We are going to get to the Weather Ball. This may have been a CMP tie, so this is going to force the final shield, of course, and they do burn the shield. And yes, it is CMP tie, so very important that Roserade wins that. And now look at this. They actually decided to undercharge here. I think the reason they did this was because they didn't want the Machamp to come in and farm them down. However, they undercharged a bit too much. That's going to allow me to get to this Weather Ball. Is this enough to knock out the Empoleon? Yes, it is. Switch on to Machamp immediately. We farm down, take that game. We are off to a 2-0 start. Roserade showing what it's capable of a lot more in that second game. Mr. Lay 97 right here. In match number 3, we are going to be leading Machamp into a Kingdra, so finally we are not seeing a mirror match here. Kingdra versus Machamp is a pretty neutral matchup in general. I mean, if you want to invest shields with Machamp, you should be able to win this. So I'm going to go straight for the cross chop here and totally expecting the opponent to go for an Octazooka. Look to lower the attack. Now, initially I wasn't sure if I didn't want my attacks to be lowered, right? So I do shield up and we do get the lowered attack, and I thought this was pretty bad, but then I started thinking about it. If they actually let this go through, it's not going to KO, and that's going to allow me to get more farms. So maybe the attack debuff does benefit me, but mostly because they chose not to shield. So see, I get a bit of extra farm there. Opponent comes in with Granbull, so I immediately switch out into Gengar here. And Gengar is a very good matchup for Granbull, especially when it's running Charm. And the opponent's staying in, which makes me think they might be double weak to Gengar in the back. Maybe they're running some sort of double Charm line. We're going to have to see. Did get a shield there, gonna go for the Shadow Punch here. Such a good matchup for Gengar here, basically. They let that go through. Should be able to Shadow Claw down unless they get a move off, which they are going to be able to do. They did have a slight energy lead here. Gonna let this go through and come back in with the Roserade. Look to farm down, get a bit of an energy lead on whatever is in the back. And it's a Lapras. So Lapras, not the best matchup for Roserade, but Bullet Seed is generating energy very quickly. We're going to throw this Grass Knot here. Let's see if it's going to get the shield. It does. So now we have a shield. I bring in the Machamp here, hoping to soak a move. Are we going to be able to get this opponent to throw the Surf? Probably not. They're going to farm down with Ice Shard, but good enough to get off that cross chop here. Now the Roserade comes back in. We're going to have to shield up after we deal with some lag here. Don't think that lag affected anything. Hoping this is an Ice Beam actually, but it's only a Surf. That's totally fine. Them throwing immediately again means this has to be a Surf, so I know this will not KO, and now all I have to do is get to this Weather Ball, which is going to be enough to KO, and hope that I could beat this Granbull to the KO. Bullet Seed versus Charm. Obviously Bullet Seed isn't the greatest farm down move, but this Granbull is so low. 2 Bullet Seeds gets the job done. We take that game there. We are off to a 3-0 start, running Roserade on this super glassy team. We got Blackriceee here in match number 4, and we're leading Machamp into a Shadow Swampert. So again, this is a pretty rough matchup, but again, if you want to use shields on the Machamp, should be winnable here. So the opponent switches on to Escavalier. So I throw the cross chop here, and I was panicking at this point. Do I want to switch out? Do I want to stay in? In hindsight, I definitely should have stayed in this match. But when they brought in Escavalier, I was thinking maybe they have something weak to Machamp in the back, so I should bring in the Gengar. So that's why I run in Gengar here, and I decided to shield. And I was hoping that I could farm down at this point completely, have a bunch of energy stored, and I got way too greedy. As you can see, we fall 1 short. So this is not good. Escavalier gonna get my second shield here because Drill Run will pretty much knock me out. And now I'm down 2 shields. Swampert's gonna come in. It has energy as well. So I'm gonna win at least the CMP tie here on the first move. Going for the Shadow Punch. I'm probably guaranteed to get at least 1 shield here because obviously I have so much energy. Problem is Hydro Cannon's gonna come through before this next move. Don't think this will KO, but it's a Shadow, so it might KO. This would be a huge waste of energy here. It is a Hydro Cannon. Just barely survive. We are going to get off this Shadow Punch, but I don't expect the opponent to shield at this point. Let's see if they do. They do not, so that's not good. And I tried to get to the next Shadow Punch, not able to. We get farmed down, never good. Bring in the Roserade here, and we see a Typhlosion in the back. So this is pretty much where I need the Machamp. However, being down shield, it's not going to make a difference. I needed to keep a shield at least for this. Get off the Weather Ball, it's doing nothing. Switch out into Machamp here, and we're going to lose I don't know if that was CMP. They might have got that like a turn ahead, but either way, Blast Burn is going to KO. Don't get that move off. Not good at all. And at this point, there's really nothing I could do. You could make an argument, to be honest, that you could run either Sludge Bomb or like Dazzling Gleam on Roserade instead of Grass Knot. It would actually be pretty interesting because it could hit like Togekiss, for example, or something like Dragonite. You get a bit of damage. So Roserade has a pretty interesting moveset, but we are 3-1 here. Mana boost 75-26 in the 5th and final match of this video. We got Machamp into Clefable. This is a horrible lead, so I'm going to switch out immediately into Gengar. Gengar, once again, the safe swap. We see Obstagoon come in here. Obstagoon is a horrible matchup unless I land this Focus Blast. And the only way I could win this is either if they let the Focus Blast go through or if I bait with Shadow Punch. I let that Night Slash go through because I knew it wouldn't KO. If I'm not running Focus Blast, I cannot win this game at all. So I go straight for the Focus Blast here. They shield. Everybody is shielding up today against the Focus Blast. What is going on? And the opponent's over farming so much at this point. Look how close I get to Focus Blast. I make a very risky call here and decide to shield, hoping that I could get off this Focus Blast at CMP tie, and it looks like that's what I'm able to do. I don't know if they had a move ready and just threw another counter, or if they did not. I'm pretty sure they had it and just threw an extra counter, but that's going to allow me to get the second shield, and we get the CMP tie. Best case scenario here. So at this point, I could come in with the Machamp now, completely farm down, no reason to throw a move here, nothing this Obstagoon throws is going to hurt us. And we, well, at least not at this low of an energy gain. So we are going to farm down completely, save this energy for the Clefable or whatever is in the back, throw the Rock Slide here, and then immediately swap out into the Roselia. Well, actually Roserade, that's not a Roselia, that's a big Roselia. Roserade gonna come in here, and let's see what they have in the back. It is a Shadow Snorlax. So not the greatest matchup for Roserade, however, we do have a shield, and this Grass Knot is going to hurt with Stab. Let's see, boom, that's quite a bit of damage. Gonna have to shield this Body Slam, should be able to outpace it to this Weather Ball. The question now is, will this Weather Ball be enough to knock out the Snorlax? I overfarmed just a bit, and I'm hoping this KOs. If this KOs, it's pretty much game over. So let's see if it does. It does, that's really good. Clefable's gonna come back in. I need to get to this Grass Knot before it gets to a move, and we're going to reach the Grass Knot here. This is going to be doing heavy damage to Clefable, and we are going to take this game. Boom, 4-1 in our first set with Legacy Roserade community exclusive on a very glassy team. So I was pretty impressed with the performance there, very happy with the results. Not sure if I recommend this team, but I can say Roserade is pretty damn good, it looks like. So those were the battles featuring Roserade with the community exclusive moveset. Performed really well in my opinion, and I do recommend this Pokemon at least to try out. If you guys enjoyed this video, please consider leaving a like, commenting, subscribing to the channel. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next video. Take care.